just like your personal life, you need to focus more on the things that you have control than the things you don't have control. They are called area of just concern. But now, as you and me, where mimi na wewe, three things common mwananchi. The first one is to accept. Kubali.
Kubaya.
Ni kubaya.
Kubali.
Yes, just like our fellow listeners, let us just accept. We accept. I accept I lost a job. I accept that nilipanda mahindi na zikuvuna. Acceptance is the first step to us healing and to us changing. We need to accept that things are not right.
Okay.
When I accept that things are not right, rather than live in a bungalow of 30,000, probably I move to one of 15,000 because the revenue stream are not, and I'm not having the income as I used to have previously. So we need to accept that things are not right. Acceptance is critical for all of us. Number 2, adjust.
Adjust.
Yes.
Okay.
We need to adjust. Adjust means I have lost a job.
Okay.
I'm a professional. Probably I was in tourism industry that was hard hit by COVID. Probably I was in NGO world that was hard hit. Probably I'm a farmer. I'm a small business person. You need to adjust to the current economic crisis. You need to do something. You need to adjust and say, I have lost job. But is that the end of life? The answer is
no.
You've planted maize. Kuna ile tunapanda ya, nimekuwa nikiambia wakulima, ya 6 months. We have unpredictable climatic condition. We need to adjust and probably start doing 3 months. Unaelewa? Probably tumekuwa tukirely na maize. We need to see whether chicken rearing will work. Ama tutapanda sweet potatoes. You know, other modern farming or traditional farming. We need to adjust the way we do things. Even probably our dressing. Kama ulikuwa umezoea kiatu ni ya 2K. Sasa probably wede bodeni you can also get an equivalent maybe by 1,000.
Unasema tushikishe standards tena.
Yes.
Ouch.
Listen, you go to supermarket. Initially, you'd spend 3,000 on food, and it would be enough. Right now, 3,000 is not enough. So if your shopping list was 5,000, it included probably a new sweater, a new shirt from the supermarket. Right now, 5,000 ni chakula peke yake. That tells you it has pushed you to only concentrating on the basics. And that's what we are saying. You need to adjust. You need to do some adjustment. And finally, you need to advance. Advance.
Advance.
Yes.
So, okay, tell us.
Accept. Adjust.
And advance. The 3 A's.
The 3 A's. Don't just be there. The good Bible tells us of some few guys. Walikaa mahali, they were lepers. Wakakaa mahali. They had 2 options. Wao ni lepers. So wamefukuzwa na wana wa Israeli. And there is the camp of the enemy on the other side. And they are somewhere in the metro. Wakirudi kwa kampi ya Israeli, watafukuzwa, wataambiwa nyinyi mtatuambukiza ugonjwa. Wakienda kwa the enemy, watauliwa kwa sababu they are Jews. So they had 2 options, but they decided to choose one to face the enemy. And you know what God did? Rather than concentrate on your problem, why don't we focus on the little opportunity that are there for us to advance? Rather than see that it's doomed, why don't we look for opportunity? And the moment you start doing something small with prayers, God is going to help you. I learned of a young man who used to be a teacher. COVID ikakuja, alikuwa ameajiriwa na BOG. What was those areas are Nairobi, Central Province near Nairobi, where they grew a lot of vegetables. So hana kazi. So akaambia babake, sinaona uko na sukuma kwa shamba. Yes. Let me pick them and take them to the market. He has never gone back to class.
Whoa, even after the schools opened.
He realized that the amount of money he was making in a month, he was making it in a day. selling, transport, buying sukuma and packing them well and taking them to some consumers in Gikondo. So there are some, we call them, there's still a silver lining. Every crowd has a silver lining. Let's see what is a silver lining in all this. There is an economic crisis. Government is not going to stop corruption tomorrow. Climatic condition will not improve tomorrow. Ukraine war is still there. Fuel costs will still go up. All these under one roof for me and you to face. We need to advance. We need to look and ask ourselves, what can we do? You know, Jeremiah 29. You know, people have that verse that says, I know the plans I have for you. That is our favorite. But what is the context of that verse? God was telling these people while still they were in exile. In verses 1, verses 2, verses 4 there, anawaambia, while you are in exile, muoane, muolewe, na mujenge manyumba. Because you're going to stay there for the next 70 years.
I'm talking soon.
Hatuambii wasikilizaji hapa talk soon. But what we are saying, life must go on. What God was telling the Israelites is that life must go on. You must get married. You must build houses. Imagine building houses in exile. And that's what we are telling. Sense. This is what we are telling our fellow viewers, that we need to build houses. Ukraine war is not ending. Fuel crisis is not ending. We need to start as per now. Things are not changing. We've been here. This is not a situation that is going to end tomorrow. So don't sleep and think that you're going to wake up and fight a perfect world, because we have a new government. There's nothing they can do about Ukraine war. There's nothing they can do about fuel crisis. They can just do small mitigations. But we are here. The current situation is going to be there for some time. So we need to build houses like God was telling the Jews. We need to do some few things. And we also need, he also tells them, pray while in exile. Pray for that government. So that if it prosper, you also prosper. Pray for Ukraine that they stop war. Because when they stop war, we have peace. Pray for the current government, whether you supported it or not. Because as you pray for it, as the government prosper, we also prosper. So 3 A's. The first one is accept the situation as it is. Number 2, adjust. And finally, advance. Why should I stay here until I die? Ask that question like the lepers. It's time to advance. As you advance with your small kiosk, as you advance with your small farm, as you advance with small things that you're going, God is going to multiply them. God is going to expand them. And you're going to have a testimony to say, in the midst of economic crisis, I built up my smart farm. I started my kiosk. I started my business. I was able to take my children to school. I was able to take care of my medical cost because God is in the picture. And he's telling us, build the houses while still in exile.
Amazing. And to that person who might be thinking, okay, you've told us of the A's that are very essential. So the part of advancing, probably it's for, let's talk about a business person.
Yes.
What are some of the measures that they can take to advance?
Start small. Start small and grow big, and also diversify. And this is not only to the business community, it's also to the farmers. You used to rely on maize. It's time to ask yourself, what do else? I do maize and do I do something else? And also creativity. Sometimes creativity is very critical. You need to start asking yourself, how do I start understanding what my customers need? And how do I deliver what my customer need? Probably the current customer, they need you to take the products to them rather than them coming to you. Probably your customers are online, like today. You post and do that. Start doing things different. The market dynamics have changed. If you had a shop, just a shop there, and it's not doing well, What else do you what is the need of your market? What else do they need?
Other than relying
on
thing.
that one stream.
Amazing.
You can, so that you don't start in business. We call them business verticals. We are not saying that you start many verticals, because again, many verticals may divert the revenues and the business collapse. But what we are saying, like the same thing that you are doing, but an additional or a similar thing. Not like you had a shop, you start a hardware, you start a boutique, but within a shop probably you can start an MPESA, you can start an equity agent. Those things
around
the business that will help you increase the
Amazing.
The farmer the same. Probably you are doing maize. You need to ask yourself, do I do daily farming, so that you increase the revenue.